Okay, so let's wrap up with the key takeaways for migrating enterprise applications to AWS. And in other words, what are your favorite? What are your top three, Matt, and what are your top three, Dave?
Okay, my top three. First, having a good understanding of the paradigm shift that comes with cloud adoption overall is very important. There's a number of changes in the way you think about the platform, about your infrastructure, and I would highly, highly recommend that paradigm shift is fully understood. Second, I would say automate everything very early on, start before migration, and you will be set up to reap long-term benefits of that automation for years to come. Make everything HA, auto-scaling, and again, from the very, very start. Third, I would say take advantage of AWS's global presence and experiment with their technologies, because there's very many ways to accomplish the same thing, especially when you're architecting something that's brand new. Some ways of doing things are better, some of them are, well, different. But if you try and adhere to best practices, you will be very, very happy in the end. I think it's perfectly fine to start small and increase complexity over time as you build out. That way you can have you can reach a deep understanding of what's going on as you move forward.
Yeah, I could just second everything that Matt's saying. I think that would really help customers have a smooth migration into AWS. But for my three, I'd say, I guess in addition, right? So customers in really every industry, in all different kinds of sizes, are migrating to AWS. And AWS features support all different kinds of workloads. So there's a good chance, no matter what you're running, there's a way to fit it into AWS and sort of get some of those benefits we talked about earlier. Next, I would say, don't be afraid to start small and build up some wins, especially if you're just sort of dipping your toe into cloud or migrating into AWS. It's typical that we see customers maybe move, their backups and archival storage into AWS first, and then maybe a dev or a test workload, before they start to move, before they move everything over. And as Matt was discussing earlier about hybrid, cloud scenarios, it's also, it's super common. Like, it's a great point. We're seeing that a lot more often. So maybe think about, when you have a new project that's coming up that, where a system needs to be replaced or a new system needs to be dropped in, maybe use that as an opportunity to build a hybrid implementation on AWS. And then finally, I'd say, if it's overwhelming or if there's a lot to do and you want to sort of accelerate your journey to the cloud, I'd say working with an AWS partner, like Pythian, is a great way to get started and make sure you're adhering to those best practices and sort of like solving all those like little rough edges that you might run into, during a migration. So, yeah.
Great. Well, listen, thank you both very much. This brings us to the end of our time today. I'm going to thank the audience for attending the Pythian webinar. Pythian is a technology services company available to assist you with your IT transformation projects. As an AWS migration competency partner, Pythian is available to assist in planning and migrating your enterprise applications to the cloud. With our team of AWS certified members, we are ready to assist you. So please contact us at info@pythian.com.